Hello, ladies. I am the primary president for our ward, and I am currently the entire presidency because all of my counselors have either been called to other callings or they have moved during COVID. I just wanted to kind of give you an update on what's going on for COVID primary down here because I keep seeing all these awesome Facebook posts saying, oh, we did this cool thing, we did this cool thing, and then COVID hit, and nobody really knows what to do anymore. Some of you guys have had some really awesome ideas with the drive-bys and whatnot, and I just don't have those ideas. So when I finally did come up with something, I thought I should totally share this in case it helps somebody out. And I'm too lazy to write it out, so thought I'd shoot a quick video. So back in September, our state primary presidency asked us if we would be willing to pass out conference packets because we had literally been doing nothing. We had no idea what to do. We weren't meeting. We stopped meeting in March and we are still not meeting. We have a very odd primary situation where we've got like 37 kids in our primary, but like only half of them are actually on our rolls. Most of them are grandkids or visitors that like come every other week. Just a weird situation. And like a majority of our kids aren't active. We have like 15 kids on a good day that actually show up. So really awkward small primary. And it's been okay, but it's not been like super great. So when COVID hit, it got even worse. We had no idea what to do. Everything was just kind of at a standstill, so we just kind of stopped doing stuff. Anyways, once we got asked to do these packets, I thought, fine, sure, they're not awesome. I'm not really a big fan of them because most of our kids are super young, like under 5. And so they can't really read, they can't really do anything with it. But I mean, we do have a good handful of kids that are in senior primary, so we went ahead and printed them out. And this is pretty much all we did. This is on the the Church of Jesus Christ.org website. And I just printed out the first page in color, and the rest of them I just printed out on regular pieces of paper. Like, we didn't do anything fancy. We just printed these out, and then I went to Walmart and I bought some Christian stickers, and pulled out a sheet, stapled it to the top. That's what every kid got. So we were okay about it. And then we got some feedback. There was somebody that was actually really excited about them. My mind was blown. I had no idea that anybody would appreciate that, but okay, fine. So we did that. Then the one counselor that I had in October was all like, hey, I really want to do a Halloween bag. And I thought, I hate those drop-off bags. They just feel really hollow. I feel like they don't really bring Christ into the home. Like, fine, I don't know what else to do. Let's do it. So I said, go ahead. She went ahead and put together a bag. It was just a regular little party bag with tons of little Halloween party favors that she picked up at Walmart. Wasn't awesome, had candy in it. I didn't think it was that awesome. Whatever. We passed them out, and she decided that we were going to go to everyone's house, like all of our inactives, whatever. All 37 kids. And so we were like, okay, fine. So we split the route. She did half, I did the other half. We went and dropped them off, and we had such a good experience that we ended up doing bags every month. Like, that is our COVID primary now. We are doing bags. So what happened was we were visiting our inactives and some of the grandkids' parents or grandparents, I guess, that we don't see very often. And we found out a lot of stuff. First of all, we found out that we've been spelling a lot of these kids' names wrong. Because again, they're not on our roster. We've just been writing them down, trying to keep up with them. And so now I have an accurate list of what their names are, how to spell them. It was just kind of an eye-opener that some of these kids that I actually did see regularly totally been spelling their names wrong. So that was one of them. Another one was that we found out who our inactives were. Some of them had moved. They weren't even there. So we were able to take them off of our list, which is really nice because now we know they're not there. Why even bother visiting? Then the other inactives, surprisingly, all of them were really happy to receive something. I was shocked. So that was really awesome that we, were able to go visit these inactive kids. So now we know that they're there and they're willing to accept stuff. Awesome. So then another thing that we found out was one of our inactives wasn't active because they don't speak English. They spoke French. And so I was all like, what? So we went out and found a bunch of their stuff in French to give to them. So, I mean, we were able to meet special needs. Like, these are all random little things that are kind of big deals to them. And we wouldn't have known had there been no COVID. So kind of an awesome setup. So then we thought, all right, from this point on, we're totally doing these bags. Something's going to happen every month. That's just how we're going to do primary now. Once a month, we're going to go drop off a bag. So we went all out in November because we lost our minds. So in November, I bought a crazy big bag of these curly straws off of Amazon. They were fairly decently priced. I saw on the files here somewhere that somebody had posted blessing straws, so I took exactly what it said and just kind of fixed it to suit our needs. Made these little blessing straws, which basically say, you know, like how to use, put it in a drink, you know, take a sip, think of a blessing, take another sip, think of another blessing, repeat. And then the prophet came out with the whole be grateful thing, or give thanks, sorry, ordeal, and I was like, yes, this totally goes together. It was awesome. So there was that. Then in the same bag, we put these huge stickers in there that we found off of Amazon. Um, Huge. It was awesome. So each kid got one of these. And then, since the year was almost over, we thought, well, why don't we give them one of those illustrated Books of Mormon. I'm sorry. Because most of our kids can't read. They're too young. So we thought, well, if we give them these, they can at least look at pictures while their parents are pointing them out, because it's supposed to be parent-led, church-assisted, right? Church-assisted. I was super excited about that. So we did that. Then found out, because some of you guys have mentioned this, the church has made coloring books. These are awesome. So we also got the kids coloring books, and we put that in there, and that's what they all got for November. So that was really awesome. Got excellent feedback on that. People loved it. So then December came around, and this time we decided we wanted to get the teachers involved. How do we get the teachers involved? Because it was really hard. Like, some of them are older. They can't go visit the kids because they are social distancing. They want to make sure that, you know, they're all right. So anyways, we decided to give them a budget. So we said, hey, this is how much you have per kid. So what, $2, $5, $10, whatever you want to give them. So you have this amount of money per kid. Please go get them a Christmas present. And we know that that can be a hassle because it can be a financial strain or whatever. So if you're looking for something on Amazon, or you find something at Walmart or whatever, send me a picture. I'll buy it for you. And then I'll give it to you to package, wrap up, or whatever, and I'll deliver it for you, or you can deliver it yourself. I gave them the option. I had half of my teachers wanted to do the deliveries themselves, and the other half wanted us to do the deliveries, my counselor and I, which was totally fine because we're already doing deliveries anyway. So my counselor and I decided that from us, we would give these. So, don't know if you can see that, but this is the quote from Elder Uchtdorf to from the women's conference back in like 2010, when he was talking about the Christus somewhere down south, I think in Brazil or something like that, where there was an earthquake and the hands fell off, and so we were supposed to be his hands. So we got them all a pair of gloves. We went to Walmart, and they had these in like packs of 3 for $1.99. So we cut all these apart, put them inside a bag, and then we went through our closet. Go through your closets, ladies. This is a good time to clean out. So I found a bunch of foam Christmas stickers that we had in the closet. Previous primary presidency. I don't know where they came from. So I just took them all out, dumped them all in these little bags, and put candy in there. It wasn't a whole lot of candy because candy is apparently expensive. So we went and bought some cheap, like, Palmer's chocolates, put them in each bag, put all of these little foam things in there, and then went on Etsy. Ta-da! Got Christmas ornaments for our kids and for the teachers. This is our temple because we see a lot of the Salt Lake Temple. No offense to the Utah people. We love you. But we never see our temple on anything. So it was really nice to be able to see that somebody's making these. And a little helpful tip. I found a couple of items that I really wanted on Etsy, but obviously we couldn't afford them. They were kind of expensive. So I wrote the people a letter and said, hey, if I order these in bulk, could I possibly get a discount? Because I just can't afford that many. And yes, every one of them wrote me back and said, yes, they would. So, I mean, they're not necessarily huge discounts. It kind of ranged. Some people would give 10, 20, or 30% off. So just kind of keep that in mind whenever you're doing your budget. but it worked out great. People loved these. Like, they are so cute. I'd give a shout out, but I can't remember what the name of the company was, but I'll post a link down below. Maybe that'll help out. I'd like to give them some more business because they were awesome. Anyways, so that's what we did for December. And then we did teacher appreciation gifts. So my counselor and I sat together and we went to Dollar Tree and we bought these flower fish rocks. They're clear. And then we printed out just random church pictures that we wanted to put on the back. Took some Mod Podge the pictures that we printed out to the back of these rocks, and then put a magnet on it. Mod Podge that on. Ta-da! It's the tree of life. So now there's these cool little magnets that the teachers can have. We did these. We did our temple. It's not coming out too well. We did Jesus and the Children primary. Yay! So yeah, we had a couple others. There were like maybe 8 of them that we did all together. Put them all in a bag. Kind of did the same thing and then put one of these on top of it. So awesome. We had a good time with that. Teachers actually liked it. I wasn't sure how that was going to go over, but it went out well. So that's what we did for December. Then in January, which hasn't come yet, we put together a bunch of Doctrine and Covenant stuff. So, since everything went so awesome with the Book of Mormon packets, ta-da! This is what we did for January. So January, we are doing that illustrated Book of Mormon book, except now it's the Doctrine and Covenants. Sorry, I already wrapped it up, so you can't really see it. And then we got them the Doctrine and Covenants coloring book on top of it. I didn't even know they made the illustrated Doctrine and Covenants. I knew they had the Books of Mormon, but this is crazy awesome. So anyways, got that. Then we made primary song CDs. So the new song lists are out. So we went ahead and made CDs with all of the songs on them. And then for our awesome younger person that has that can only speak French, we put them all in French. Totally awesome. Then if you have a dirt cheap around you, oh my gosh, you should frequent that place. Man, they get the cheapest stuff. So I found these crayons there. Crayons were kind of expensive. I was really wanting to do crayons with the books, but we couldn't afford it because they were just expensive. Found these for 49 cents. So I was able to get a ton of them for 49 cents. Awesome. So that's what we're doing for January. It's a nice little starter pack for the Doctrine and Covenants, and hopefully that goes over well. We'll see. So in February, we're going to be slightly less cool. We're going to give little chocolates, and then I found these on Amazon. Squish, squish. So I was all like, well, those are cute. I don't know why I liked them so much, but I did. So, and we're going to give these chocolates, and I haven't come up with it yet, but I'm trying to come up with some kind of Jesus-y Valentine's card. I haven't decided if I wanted to go slightly hilarious with it or if I wanted to just do something like Jesus loves you and here's a picture of Jesus with your stuff. Don't know. Anyways, we're still deciding, but there's an idea. Then for March, we decided to do Gathering the Family of God because gathering the family or the tribes of Israel is something that the prophet's been pushing a lot lately. So apparently there are these awesome coloring books on the church website, Gathering the Family of God. So we got them the awesome coloring books, and then I'm so excited about these. So I was flipping through Amazon trying to find something for my toddler, and I was looking for action figures and found these. Ta-da! So 72 in here. There are 12 sets of families in here, and all of the colors are proportionally correct. So there are 6 different colors, 2 sets of each color, and they're awesome. You've got a mom, a dad, a brother, a sister, and a cat. Freaking awesome. So I took all these out, and I decided to individually package them. Ta-da! So this is what they are getting for March. One of these, and one of these. They get a family pack. So that's what we are doing for March. And then in April, we have Easter and conference. So we're going to do the conference packets again. Nothing special, just printing those out. And then Easter's kind of a big deal. The reason that Easter's going to be a big deal is because we already bought all of our Easter stuff last year. And then it was canceled because of COVID. So we were going to do this big Easter egg hunt. And what I do every year for Easter is I go to Dirt Cheap, awesome place, and I always buy our Easter eggs there. The Easter eggs range from like 20 cents per dozen to 50 cents per dozen, depending on which kind you get. So the first year I did it, I paid 20 cents for a dozen, and I got each kid a dozen eggs, and each pack of eggs was a different color. So senior primary was green, junior primary was blue, and nursery was purple. So when I went out to hide them, I hid them. We were going to either do it at a park or the church, but we ended up doing it at the church at a convenience. So in the front of the church, we have like some bushes and trees and stuff. And so senior primary had all their stuff hidden in the bushes and the trees because it was harder to find. And then for junior primary, we kind of hit them mid-level, maybe a little under some dirt or something, dig it down in the grass or something, whatever, low-level bushes or whatever. And then for nursery, I just put them out in the grass where you can see them, and it was easy to go get them. And the kids loved it. The parents even loved it. They just came back, and they were so excited about the level of findings. So we had a good time with that. So this year, I'm assuming we're probably still not going to be back in session down here. We live down yonder. We're still not doing primary, and it doesn't look like we're going to be doing primary anytime soon. So I still have all those eggs that I bought from last year, so I'm going to take all those eggs. We're going to put candy in some of them. By the way, candy is super expensive, so a suggestion that I got from our bishop was to ask ward members to donate candy. That's a great idea. So you can ask for donations. Then I went on Amazon again, bought a huge pack of squishies. These are just random different little assortments of animals and whatnot. Here's one that's out. It's a cat! Oh my gosh, they're squishy. They're so cute. Anyways, so I'm going to be putting these in the eggs. Then, of course, some of the kids are younger and don't really want them to have a whole lot of chocolate. So in the nursery bags, I tend to put, or not bags, sorry, in the nursery eggs, I tend to put like a squishy or so in there. I'll put some stickers in some, and then I'll put fruit snacks. And I get these because of all the ones I've seen so far, these have the least amount of sugar in them. So that way they get kind of a mixture. They have candy, they have fruit snacks, they also have little squishy toys, they've got stickers, whatever. So, and that's another time to clean out the closet. We went through our closet and we just had tons of stickers for some reason. So I just went through and like cut them all out, make them egg size, put them all inside. It was awesome. So there was that. And then for May through August, we still don't really know what we're doing. But we had some cool stuff that I'll show you later. Then in September apparently is the primary's birthday, and we were planning a big birthday bash back in September last year. Or sorry, we planned it for this year, and then COVID happened and we didn't do anything. So we're going to do a birthday bash for the kids, so we're just going to hand out little birthday bags, and in the bags we just have random stuff. So, for instance, I have like these little ring lights, which I'm sorry I don't have to show you, but I bought them on Amazon, and basically they're rubbery little ring things. You pull them out and pop them, and they light up. It's super awesome. On Amazon, finger lights, look for those. And then I bought these. These are silicone slap bracelets. I bought these because I figured they would hurt less because they're silicone. They can't pop their eyes out or whatever. And I've looked at them, and yeah, you can take some of these and you can feel that there's metal in them, but it would be really hard to get them out. So that's why I liked these silicone flat bracelets. Also, I bought a box of slappy hands. I don't know if that's what you really call them, but they look like this. I figure those can go in Easter eggs, they can go for the birthday bash, whatever. Thought those were awesome. Then, for September, October, for Halloween, we're going to do more Halloween bags. They actually have these in Halloween shapes, so if you want some of those for the future, that would be something to look into. I just think they're awesome. My kids love them. Then for October, November. In November, we're going to do Light the World, and there's these finger lights on Amazon. I took a bunch of this stuff to the closet already, so I can't show you. But we bought like a box of 100 finger lights for like $16. And I bought 2 boxes of them, so each kid can have either 4 or 5. I can't remember. But anyway, so now we can say light the world, and then just have a bunch of finger lights in there, so they can be like, oh, lights, light the world. It's gonna be awesome. So there was that. And then in December, we're probably gonna do some kind of like nativity ornament or a Christus ornament. I don't know. I've been thinking of all sorts of stuff. I haven't quite come up with it yet. But anyways, so those are things that might be interesting for you. Another thing to think about is baptisms. So we don't have a whole lot of baptism aged kids. I think like next year we've got 2 coming in. But for the girls, we have little necklaces that have faith on them, so we were going to give them those. And for the boys, we went to the LDS bookstore and bought CTR tie pins. Those were $3.99. So we bought a couple of those, and those have been well received. That's what we've been doing each year. And then for the kids that are graduating, we had 3 kids that were graduating this year. I went on teespring.com and designed a shirt for the kids. I saw that somebody else had done this on this Facebook group, and so I did ours with our temple. La la la. So I'm super excited about these. So yeah, you can totally do that on Teespring or Redbubble or Vistaprint, however you want to do it. It did take some Photoshop time, but once you do it once, you don't ever have to do it again, because I did this last year, and all I had to do this year was go back into Photoshop and change 2019 to 2020. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. Parents love it. Kids love it. It's awesome. So other things that you can do with your time, because now you have all this time. I have found that it has been crazy awesome to be able to go clean stuff up. Having your temporal house in order really helps the spiritual house to be in order. So I've gone and cleaned out my closet. And when I say I cleaned out my closet, I took out everything that was in that closet, laid it all out on the floor, and looked at everything, counted it. I know exactly what is in our closet. And then I took a camera and took pictures of all of it. So now I have it documented at home, made myself a little Word document. What's in your closet? And I put all the pictures of all the stuff that we have on there and passed it out to all the teachers. Passed it out. I emailed it to them and said, hey, here's all the stuff in the closet. If there's something you want to use, or if you have an idea, whatever, you can see what's in our closet now. That way we don't end up with people buying duplicates, because I have so many popsicle sticks and an outlandish number of pipe cleaners. Please do not buy any more. But this is how I know, and this is how I can tell the teachers so that they don't get duplicates. We also have tons of extra crayons. Not enough for each kid to have, but we had a ton of crayons. So just random stuff. Glue sticks. We had a ton of glue sticks also. So, I mean, just stuff like that is good to know. That way I'm not accidentally replacing things. One of the biggest things was I went to go clean out the nursery closet. Oh, poor nursery. They have totally been neglected. So I finally went and talked to my nursery leader, and we virtually cleaned out the closet. It was awesome. So I went up there with my kids. We went and pulled everything out of the closet, and then I would text her pictures or call her up and talk to her about it. We picked a day that we were both kind of free, and we would just go back and forth. She loved it. She's an older lady, and she just loved going through all this stuff. And she had little cute stories about everything. So anyways, we went through all the nursery closet, and we picked and chose toys that didn't work. There were a bunch of stuff, there were a bunch of things in there that were donated that they weren't age appropriate, or they were broken, or they were missing pieces, or whatever. And so we just took all that stuff and donated it. Then I took a couple of things that weren't age appropriate, and I took them to places like Kid to Kid or Once Upon a Child, and I traded it out to get some extra cash. You're not going to get a whole lot. Like, I got a couple of bucks out of one of them. But that was money that I could use to replace it with something that was kid appropriate. So that was awesome. So I was able to get a couple extra things. Then I went to like all the Goodwills that are around our area and just bought tons of random stuff. Like, I found some vacuum cleaners, I found doll strollers, all sorts of awesome stuff. And they were $1.99 a piece. So I was able to get like $10 worth of awesome toys that the kids will actually play with. They fought over dolls. I was able to get some extra dolls. They fought over baby bottles. I was able to go to Walmart and order some of those. Garbage trucks, fire trucks, those were things that were really hot. I was able to go and find some used ones at the thrift store. I found a couple for $1 at the thrift store down the street. So, I mean, I got a nice haul for $10. Then I was able to clean out things like, apparently they had this file where they had already printed out all the coloring pages for each of the lessons, and it was in like a little file holder. Some of them were missing, and so I was able to go in and be like, oh, they're missing lesson 6 pictures. They probably don't even know that now because it's been so long since they've been in session. So I went ahead and made copies and put those in there. It was awesome. So we were able to fulfill those kinds of things. Then there was stuff that was just bad. Like they had snacks and they expired like a year ago. So anyways, it was time to pull all that out. So I was able to throw all the snacks away, take all the stuff that was stale out. And then they had stuff like wipes, like brilliant idea. So they had baby wipes in there so they could wipe faces, runny noses, or whatever, but they had all dried out. So I was able to go get new baby wipes for them so that they would have that. They had a ton of Clorox wipes already, which is awesome because we still don't have Clorox wipes down here. Then they had like Lysol spray, tons of cans of Lysol spray. If you want something like that, that might be something to stock up on. Bandaids. I have had kids get crazy paper cuts and then they'll just be profusely bleeding, and I don't have a band-aid on hand, so I bought some band-aids, put those on both sides of the closet, our closet and the nursery closet. What else did we do? I bought some extra containers. I have a label maker, so I went and labeled all the boxes so that they would know where their stuff went. Like these are all the little people, these are all the Duplo blocks, these are all the Mega blocks. It was just really nice. It was really nice to be able to go through, see what we had, and wash everything. Oh my goodness. So that was a big ordeal. So I took all the toys, took them home, got a big mesh bag, threw them all in the mesh bag, put them in our dishwasher, and washed them. That way they're sanitized. We have gas heat here, and so man, when the water gets hot, it gets hot. And so we were able to sterilize all the toys. I had to do this for like 3 days. It took me a while to get through all of it, but everything is completely clean. So when we go back, everything's awesome. So no more sticky toys and whatnot. That was awesome. And if it didn't make it, just threw it out or donated it, whatever. So we had those. Then I updated singing time stuff. So for instance, like If You Chance to Meet a Frown, went to the church website, pulled up the If You Chance to Meet a Frown phrase, made them smaller, and then cut these out, and then I laminated them so that if they sneeze on it, I can just wipe them down, and then I put googly eyes on them because why not? So yeah, the bigger the better. We put huge googly eyes on them. I wish I could show you, but I put those back in the closet too, sorry. So, we did that. Then singing time ideas. So if you are wanting to spend money on singing time, because once we're back in session, that's pretty much all we do now. Bells. I got a nice bell set for our primary last year because the older kids want to do older kid stuff, and they've got bells now. Most of them are coordinated. There were a couple that weren't, but hey, they still liked it. So bells, scarves, music time scarves. It's like, well, what do you do with all these scarves? They're on Amazon. They're multicolored. You wave with them. There's all sorts of crazy videos you can look up on YouTube. But for instance, like, I like to look for rainbows whenever there is rain. Just give them a different motion for each sentence. They love that stuff. And they'll remember it. I used them with the Come Follow Me song last year. And we just had symbols for different things like, come follow me, the Savior said. You know, so, I mean, it was awesome. It was just a way for them to remember the words because, again, they can't read. So it was just nicer to be able to have some kind of movement for what they're doing. Egg shakers. So I bought a bunch of Easter eggs after Easter. I drilled little holes in the bottom of them because these weren't normal Easter eggs. They were at Walmart, and they were some kind of hard paper mache or something. They're normally $1.99, but I bought them for $1 a dozen each. Drilled little holes in them, poured a bunch of rice inside it, sealed it up with a hot glue gun, and then I took some Easter egg dye, the tie-dye kind, put it in a bag, colored them all. So now I've got Easter egg shakers. So now we can, the wise man built the house upon a rock, whatever, you know, they can shake things. It's awesome. So there was that. Then popsicle signs. So I made stuff like these. They have popsicle sticks. The ones that I actually use are actually at the church, so this is all you get. Sorry. But yeah, so we can sing a song. So I am a child of, and then, you know, hold up the go. I have a mouse and a lion, loud and soft. I have a boy and a girl, boys only, girls only. I've got a bee and a hummingbird, so you can bzz, 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 or hum the song with a hummingbird. But yeah, you can find all sorts of stuff, do whatever you want. Sign language. That was a huge hit last year. So we decided to do maybe like 2 or 3 of our songs in sign language for our primary program. So we would teach it to them in sign language, YouTube. So I just went to YouTube, figured out how to do the signs based on whatever the YouTube video said to do. The churchofjesuschrist.org website also has all of the songs in sign language. A little harder to figure out, but whatever. If it works, it works. Go whichever route you want. So we did like 3 or 4 of our songs in sign language last year. Did that for the primary program, and oh my goodness! First of all, the kids remembered them because now they've got motions to go with the words. Again, my kids can't read, so this worked out really well. Then another thing was the parents just loved it. I got all kinds of good feedback about this afterwards, so highly recommend it. Nobody in our ward speaks sign language that I know of, but they all loved it. So there's something. Another thing you can do is like cups, plates. So paper cups, paper plates. You can take 2 paper plates and do songs of come follow me, the Savior said. I mean, it's cheap, and it's something that makes noise. So you can use that. The cups, you can also do that, come follow me, the Savior said, however you want to do it. Just make some noise. They're noise makers, and they're cheap. There's that. Rhythm sticks. I ended up buying a bunch of PVC pipes, cut them all up so that they were about a foot long a piece, and now they can use them as rhythm sticks while we're singing our songs. That was awesome and fairly cheap. And then of course you can always stock up on Lysol spray and wipes for when we return, tissue, stuff like that. Anyways, I hope that helps a little bit. It's worked out really well for us, mainly because we didn't really have a totally active primary whenever we were in primary. So now that COVID's happened, I kind of feel like things are better because I actually see all of my kids now and I didn't see them all before. And so just feels kind of like we're all more active than we used to be. But to each their own, and everybody's going to be different. And if I had like 100 kids or 70 or 50, I don't know how you guys survive. So good luck. Love you all. Hope that really helps. Toodles.